Hi, we're the cast of My Fair Lady, and you're watching Imagine TV.
I'm Richard David Springle, and I play Colonel Pickering.
I'm Michael Bryan Dunn. I play Alfred P. Doolittle.
My name is Kathleen Huber, and I play Mrs. Higgins, Henry Higgins' mother who puts up with him.
My name is Daniel Cardenas, and I play Freddie Einsford Hill.
My name is Jessie Graham, and I play Mrs. Pierce, Mr. Higgins' housekeeper.
Spruced up and looking in me
I'm new to this cast. This is a production that had been touring through the States a year ago, and I found it really welcoming to come in, and Jeffrey was so helpful and just making me feel very comfortable and at home, and it was a wonderful process. It was very, very quick. We had just 2 weeks of rehearsal, so it was a lot of prep work I had to do to come into the company, but everyone's been welcoming, and we've had nothing but fun, great times, and we're all exhausted from the work, but the payoff will come tonight on opening night, so we're very much looking forward to that.
Get me to the church, for God's sake!
Daniel and I and Richard were on the original tour in the States. So our new additions are Mrs. Higgins and Mr. Doolittle. We're very happy to have them. They're wonderful additions.
I also am new to the company, so I was a little nervous walking in with a cast that has worked together for a whole year. But again, they were so welcoming, made us, both of us, feel absolutely delighted to be here.
I got to be there in the morning.
The Colonel is rather natural. He loves the girl, and he connects with her, and he has a lot of joy in him, and I try to keep that in my life. So it feels very natural.
Get me out of town.
I sort of feel the same as he does. Alfred Doolittle was more familiar to me than I thought he would be. I love this guy so much, and it's based on the George Bernard Shaw Pygmalion, so it's all in the writing. So all you have to do is really just pay attention to what the script says, what the word is. And for me, the preparation, a lot of it was just to do that, just to read the original script, get as much information, which this is almost word for word, very close to this book of My Fair Lady is that very close to the George Bernard Shaw. I had to do some dialect coaching for the Cockney, which was a lot of fun for me to do, just to continue to work on that, and then the rehearsals themselves, just to do all the dancing. Dennis Jones kept me really, really busy. My body is aching all over. I feel like I'm an old Doolittle now, but it's all worth it.
To say, just as they've both said, the fun thing about taking on a role, whether it's different or not, is you find the similarities you share with you and your character. For me, for Freddie, is his excitement, his youth, his innocence, and his passion once he meets Eliza. And that's what I've really grabbed onto, and what I find has been most enjoyable about playing Freddie.
So my character, Mrs. Pierce, is actually usually is played by someone a bit older than I am. So I think negotiating, that's what it means to have a sense of maturity and age and gravitas to carry with you. And I think that Mrs. Pierce also has a very exciting journey of, this is the way the household runs. It's very strict. There's a place for everything. And then to kind of allowing the changes and discovering that change isn't necessarily a bad thing. And that's good for me in my own life as well. So.
Mrs. Higgins, I love her. She is Henry's mother, and she's been putting up with him ever since he was a very small child, and I'm sure he was an incredibly difficult small child. She is a woman who doesn't let him get away with anything. She sees right through him. She doesn't put up with his childishness, and I think she has been praying for years and years and years that perhaps he will find a young woman who will stand up to him the same way she does and take him off her hands, in a sense. I think the important thing is that even though nearly everything she says to her son is rather tart and almost sarcastic, in other words, constantly, you might say, putting him down, you have to make it very clear that she loves him very, very much, and she wants him to be happy. And I think she's hoping to heaven that Eliza may be the answer to her prayer.
Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. the church.